Welcome back to the season show by BallisLife. I am Ryan Magdziarz, Jack Noble, and joining us today, Miami Heat guard Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining us today.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you guys.
You were just talking about what type of yoga you just got into doing.
Just regular yoga, just trying to get a stretch in after I work out. Just a little maintenance on the body. We haven't been able to get with the trainers much with our team, so just trying to take care of my body in other ways, yoga, meditating, things like that. So it's been good for me.
I'm glad that you mentioned meditation just then. I've been meditating for like the last year, and a lot of the same practices as yoga, like breath work and stuff. Is that the kind of stuff you've been doing?
Yeah, definitely. Getting my breathing right while yoga. That's actually a tough thing to do, though. Actually,
Yeah. How hard?
Sounds easy, but it's a little challenging.
Yeah.
I've gone away from yoga the past few years, but I just opened up my Headspace app, so we'll see if that can do anything for me.
Okay, the Headspace. I like that. I like the Headspace.
I've heard some good things. I've heard some good things about it from people, so we'll see what happens. But is yoga a daily, weekly thing for you, or what's a normal day, a normal workout for you been lately?
It's weekly, about twice a week. I try to get some yoga in about twice a week. But other than that, it's core work, and lifting pretty much daily. Me getting back into that routine before training camp starts.
So your off season, I've seen you at Caicos with your boy Tyler. How's that been? How was that?
Oh man, that was a hell of an experience, man.
Yeah.
That was actually my first vacation other than like basketball related. You know what I'm saying? Like just leisure activity. So that was good. I enjoyed myself.
So did the great.
Are you saying like first vacation? First vacation like ever, or first vacation since being in the league?
Since the league, for sure.
Okay.
But not ever. I mean, I used to take vacations when I was younger with my dad. Disney World, stuff like that.
Good to hear, because you get
like your abilities are endless here.
Say it again.
Like when you're now established in the league after your rookie season's over with, that's a different vacation than a family vacation.
No doubt, definitely.
Yeah, that's the real big one.
Facts.
This ain't no freaking Disney World.
No, he's talking Turks and Caicos, private island.
Love it. So the three of you, Tyler, and Duncan, form one of the best young cores in the league. And you and Tyler being rookies is pretty special. What's that been like? Do you three bond quite a bit, or is it pretty cool being up and comers and it's about the same age group as those other two?
I mean, it feels good though, because this actually is our first year, me and Tyler. Duncan had some experience last year, but we've been all going through it together, helping each other out, giving each other tips, and we just all go in and put the work in, and just work hard. We love working with each other, and it's been fun, man. It's been a fun ride, so we're going to continue that for sure.
Yeah, everything I saw on like Instagram and Miami Heat Twitter and IG posts and stuff, you guys are always hanging out.
Yeah.
From the same age group. You guys kind of behind the scenes stuff as far as like workouts and group things together on the floor all year.
Yeah, we get together all the time. I mean, I just saw Duncan sneaking in my private gym last night. I didn't think he knew it was where it was at. So we always run into each other a lot. I mean, me and Tyler work together on our off time, away from the team a lot. So I mean, we're real connected out of the side of the locker room. So it's been good.
So you and Tyler, I mean, you both finished pretty high in the Rookie of the Year standings. You finished number 2, so you got the edge over them. I mean, was that kind of a rivalry all year? Was that kind of under the table kind of thing? You guys going at it for that award or what?
No, it wasn't no rivalry. It wasn't no rivalry. We knew we both was gonna be contenders in it though, either way. So we just always we always challenge each other when we're on the floor together. I mean, we competing. I'm trying to win today or he is. So whether that's shooting drills, one-on-ones, or whatever. So, I mean, we make each other better all the time.
So 45 years old and undrafted, do you think I guess I know what benefited you, but what would you say the main benefit of being an oldie? What was that you had, or the young guys that are like 18, 19, 20 years old coming into the league?
Um, just the more experience that I've had. Obviously, I played a year in the G League. That year, professionally, is much different than collegiate level or an amateur player. So just having that 1 year under my belt, and knowing how to maintenance and get better throughout the year. You know, the season is much longer than a college or high school season. So that just knowing how to put maintenance on your body, knowing when to work, go hard, and sometimes you have to go in the gym and feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's a long season, so you have to maintain that.
What do you think that year in the G League did for you? How important was that for your big start in the league, you think?
It was huge. It was huge from my perspective. I played with Santa Cruz, and I came off the bench. Something I didn't like, but it actually got me prepared more than I thought. You know, they was telling me you wouldn't be a starting guard in the league, so you got to come off the bench. So I did that. I took that role, and I made the best of it, and it actually helped me. I started all season. Then towards the end of the season, as you see in the series and the playoff series, I came off the bench. So I kind of had that experience a little bit coming off the bench already. So it was an adjustment, but I think it helped me for sure.
Was there a specific moment of your career, whether that be G League, you said that was huge for you, or during your rookie year in the NBA, where you kind of got the feeling, oh, this is it. This is the league. This is the highest level that there is. I'm going to be a really good player at this level.
I think I realized that it was early in the season, preseason, when I was with the Heat.
Okay.
I think the early games in preseason, I didn't get that much minutes. So it was like I'm thinking like, okay, can I be this player that I want to be? And then the next game, the last game of the preseason, we played against the Rockets, and I had started, and then I dropped 40. So I'm like, okay, this. I'm loose now. I'm comfortable now.
I'm in this bitch.
You feel me? So I'm comfortable now. So I think that was the turning point right there in the preseason.
Yeah, 40 ball will do that for you.
For sure.
You had a couple major games. I think you had 2 or 3 30-point games. I think your career high is 36, and you filled the stat sheet quite a bit all year, and that's how you are in the running for Rookie of the Year all year, which is damn impressive. It was a fun season to watch. You're a big part of this team that made a huge run and shocked a lot of people. So going back to the beginning of the year when you said, it was the preseason when you start realizing you're built for this and started getting more minutes pretty quickly. I feel like Heat culture is something where no matter what you've proven before you got there, it doesn't matter. You got to show up for Spo. There's something that has to happen to earn his trust to keep giving you minutes. It's not just a one-time thing. One magical 30-ball game's going to get you there. It's building that trust. At what point did you know you had that trust from Spoelstra and the entire Heat organization to be riding you nonstop for all those minutes you got?
Yeah. It came with time, within the season. I would say mid-season is when I really started to know that I had the coach's trust, and they were telling me they were just feeding confidence in me, and telling me to do what I do, score the ball and just be myself. And that's when I knew I had their trust.
So throughout the year, obviously there are fans at games, and you played in some big time meaningful games during the regular season. Season hits, and you guys are playing bubble with no fans. How drastic of a difference is that when you players, staff, and limited family and friends in the arena versus a jam-packed arena? You feel the pressure? Is it like a practice vibe?
There's no pressure, but it's definitely a bit challenging, more than where it was fans. So you used to playing in a gym with thousands of people, and you feed off that energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you hit momentum swings, things like that. You know, you feed off the crowd.
Mhm.
And playing in an empty gym, it gives you that practice feel a little bit. And you know what I'm saying, you don't have anybody shouting at you, rooting for you, things like that. But the bubble did a good job with that actually in the bubble, with the virtual fans, and they had some virtual noise, kind of to simulate the fans. So it was okay, but it wasn't as intense as all the fans in the arena.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, watching on TV from the outlet. Sometimes I forgot that there were no fans because the sound waves, but I didn't know if that was the same as you guys playing. Maybe it just brings you back to that atmosphere of that there were fans. You kind of forgot that you were alone in the gym a little bit.
Man, it's gonna be different whenever we can get fans again. Like, man, I'm gonna love that. I'm the type of player that's like, I don't show no emotion. Like, I'm pretty even keeled throughout the whole game. And man, when them fans get back in the gym, I'm gonna be throwing my arms. I'm gonna be getting the fans into it.
I love it. No, people love hearing that, and that's what it's about. I mean, was it ever hard for you in the bubble, though, to get up for a game and just to realize, like, you're in the actual playoffs and try to create this atmosphere for yourself? And do you have to hype yourself up at all, or is it just it's so natural for you at that point?
It was challenging. I definitely had some tough days in the bubble, honestly. I had some ups and downs in the bubble, and I was just trying to find that rhythm again. You know, I came off of COVID. Then I went back to Chicago for a death in the family. So it was some tough days, but I never really have a problem with getting up for a game because I just love to play that out of pure joy, and that really wasn't a problem. It was just finding that rhythm, and then the rotation and things like that changed. So it was an adjustment for me. So I had to grind it out, and everything actually worked. I stuck with it. Continue to stack those good days on top of each other, and I mean, we had a hell of a run, and I'm proud of that.
I feel like you guys more than other teams really did a good job of bringing your own.
It's crazy to think about, because for somebody that would have to deal with these struggle, you're going to hit these highs and low points throughout these careers. You faced them year one, where you, I mean, had some personal issues, and then on top of that, I mean, you're sick as well, and then you go from averaging about 30 minutes a game down to I got to find my role within this team again, because they shortened the lineup up and kept things rolling into a playoff format. And then you worked your way back in there and were a huge part of the success and the deep run. I mean, what was that like? I mean, what was that like mentally for you?
It was tough. Like I said, it was frustrating. Then you question just the natural human mind. Like, you question your abilities a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not too much, because you know you're a professional athlete and you know what you did to get there. But you start to question your role a little bit within a team, and you just have to find that confidence and within yourself. You know, putting those days in, stacking those good days every day, putting in work, and just relying on your work that you put in. And that's what I had to do, and continue to work. I had to feed my self-confidence, you know, watch film. I had to get more into detail of everything. And that's what it was. I mean, and it's a difference maker, because, you know, some guys, it can go left. And that's when, guys get out the league and things like that. So just sticking with it and showing how my professionalism and my abilities, I mean, I got over that hump.
Whether it be college or when you were in the G League and this season or even the future, you mentioned you watch film. Now, you were talking about watching film of yourself, but is there any other film that you watch of other guys, or pick and choose certain things from other people's game to implement to your game?
Yeah. When I wasn't in the league, I was big on watching film of Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. I love those two players, and the way they play, very shifty guards, scoring guards.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of film on those guys, and particularly in the bubble. Whoever our opponent is at the time, I kind of dive into that player's film and try to get some tendencies and things like that to catch an advantage.
Yeah.
I was real big on Rondo while I was in the bubble. Man, he's killer, man.
Yeah.
Killer. And he's a champion, man. So I kind of dived into him, going against him. But obviously they got over the hump and beat us in that series. But we definitely be coming back.
Yeah.
No, you named it. When I think of CJ McCollum, I think of the word shifty. There's very few players in the league that are as shifty as that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of brings me to your nicknames. So you got nicknames out there on Basketball Reference like Kung Fu Kenny, the Flying Nun, K Nun, K9. Well, I mean, are any of these real? Do any of these stick?
They stick. I mean, that's what they let it call me. A lot of in the organization here they call me K9. You know, I'm a true dog, so I'm holding that one right now. Yeah, I'm holding that right now.
That one's probably the most prevalent. You're saying K9?
Yeah, I mean the announcers when I rewatch my games and things like that, the announcers be calling me the Flying Nun, and I just got that one. I just got that one. So I mean, I use my speed and try to get in the air a little bit, showing my capabilities.
There you go, Ryan. Make a video of this a nun flying through air with Kendrick's face.
So I don't know how much you've worked. Obviously, I'm assuming you've been a gym. Out with any specific trainers, and is there an aspect of your game that you're looking to really hit hard this offseason going into next year?
Yeah. The part of my game that I want to dive in is particularly the catch and shoot game. You know, playing off the ball, and that was pretty much my role postseason. When the rotations changed and things like that, I was playing more off the ball. That was catch and shoots and things like that, pin downs. You know, just a lot of catch and shoot things. So I'm working on that in the off season. I showed that I can play on the ball. I'm a scoring guard. Love playing on the ball, pick and rolls. You give me a pick and roll, I'm gonna make the right reads and make something happen, make something good happen. So, just want to expand my game there and with the catch and shoot.
It's to hear you that the guys that you watched mainly were CJ and Dame. I was watching film of you today just in prep for this to catch up on to remember your play style. You create so much separation, particularly on step backs, more than I remember. And I think Dame and DJ are great at that. Is that an aspect you really want? I know it's more of a feel thing, and have your defender lean in one way, and step back and pull back like the other. But you create so much separation on some step backs.
Yeah, and I think that's because of my explosiveness. I mean, I'm pretty shifty myself, and I'm quick. So if I get a head of steam, head down or shoulder down, going to the basket, the defender's going to drop back. So I mean, the step back is one that I've done today for sure.
Yeah.
No, I just thinking about you, Tyler, Jimmy Butler. I mean, just the future of you three in particular. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to learn how to play a lot of off ball because these guys are such good ball handlers as well, and you guys are gonna reach that next level and get any better as a core. I mean, that's super important. I mean, that catch and shoot game. You talk about Dame and CJ, Clay and Steph, just the best backcourts in the league.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out because you guys are so dynamic. Very few teams can say they got that many good ball handlers on their team.
Exactly.
With that said, is there any vets that have taken you under their wing this year, or are you guys just all a pretty tight-knit group and that heat culture is just strong?
We're pretty tight-knit group, but I would say that most mentorship comes from guys like Udonis Haslem, Andre Iguodala, Jay Crowder, Jimmy, you know what I'm saying, Myers. All the vets on our team are vocal. I should say at the least. They're very vocal, and they help the young guys all the time, giving little tips, feeding us things, and that's great. I mean, I love that about them. I know you don't get that everywhere, so I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah, Myers, when we show, he's a good friend of the show, so he's on a couple times. But one thing that stood out when he talked about heat culture, you guys, their leadership is anybody can get on anybody, anytime, and it's not personal, and nobody gets pissed off at one another. Like if Jay misses the rotation, Myers is gonna let him know. Now, granted, Myers played sparing in the postseason, but everybody all respected regardless of playing time, regardless of role. And that acceptance to know that you can correct mistakes often, you're not a perfect player, and sometimes you do miss assignments. I think it's a healthy thing that you guys have going. Like anybody can let anybody know what to see or adjustments here and there. That's great.
Man, that's huge. That's huge in the team, and that can take a team a long way. You know what I'm saying? Some guys might be sensitive. You can't really tell them things.
Yeah.
And that's just hindering team as a whole.
Yeah.
When you have that transparency, and you can say anything, talk to guys, and they can take it and move on and correct it. That's big, and that's where teams get better.
With that said, there's probably no rookie hazing. It doesn't sound like there's any rookie treatment or anything. Was there any like Jimmy Butler having you make all the big face coffee for a day or anything like that? I mean,
hey, they take it easy on us, man. We put a lot of work in, so they take it easy on us. I mean, we sing pretty much the only thing we've done all year is sing happy birthday to whoever birthday it is on that day.
I did see that.
We perform a choir and we sing happy birthday.
Okay, that's fair. Was Jimmy's coffee as good as it sounds, or did he even make you drink it, make you buy it?
I'm not a coffee drinker, so I haven't had the coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. Haven't tried it yet.
So what are you into outside of hoop? What are you doing on your days off?
Just relaxing, really. I have my son here. My family's here, so I'm real big on family. Just spending as much time as I can with my son while I'm here. This is pretty much the most time I've got to be with him in a minute. So I'm enjoying that. I mean, I have a new house. I have a little pool in the backyard. He loves to get in when it's not raining. So take him around the block. I got him a little Range Rover mini car, things like that. Just walk around the neighborhood and try to enjoy myself.
Very good. You're with Puma, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, and you signed a deal with them, I think. And how long have you wanted to be with Puma? I mean, why'd you end up with Puma?
I ended up with Puma. I thought I would always be a Nike guy, but turns out it wasn't. I mean, during the beginning of the season, I was playing in all Jordans. Like that's what I wanted to have my stamp in Jordans. Like I wanted my rookie cards to be Jordan. Like, even on 2K, I wanted them to put me in Jordans. You know what I'm saying? So I wore them like for a long time, and then my arches started to hurt a little bit. Just the speed of the game, how I play, and the cuts that I make. I mean, I had a little problems with my arches, so I wanted to try a different shoe. And I wore the Kobe's and things like that, and then I tried Puma shoes out, and they felt like clouds, man, on my feet. And I'm like, shit, man, I'm keeping these on. I'm keeping these on. Like I was wearing them before I even had the deal. That's how much I love them. Then I'm like, all right, I love these shoes, so let's try to go for a deal. And I mean, my agent made it happen. I love Puma, man. I love those shoes. I don't even need like insoles or anything. It's crazy.
The Puma team right now is popping off, kind of. You guys are signing a bunch of big. You got what?
Yeah.
Didn't Lalo just sign too?
I think Ayton, Terry Rozier, right?
Yeah. Smart. We got a lot of guys. Green.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of guys on Puma on the squad. Cool.
You got Clout King LaMelo. He's gonna do big shit for Puma.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, who's got the best style of the Puma group?
Best style.
Who's gonna have the best shoe? Most creative, you think?
I would probably say me. They need to get me in the creative design and create some shoes. I got some nice style, man. Very nice style, no, but I like Terry Rozier's style a lot. Cools, man, those guys could dress. They put the Puma on, make it look good.
Yeah, so we just had Willie Cauley-Stein on, and he was about how people sleep on Rose swag. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
He's
He's
nice.
a sleeper.
For sure.
So growing up in Chicago, I mean, do you keep the Chicago roots close to you? I mean, do you think your game resembles the Chicago game much?
Most definitely. Definitely keep them close. I always try to see what's going on in Chicago and keep up with it, even though I'm in Miami now. But I try to keep up with it for sure. You know, I carry that Chicago tradition on my back everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm. A lot
It's
of
awesome. It's awesome. I mean, you played at one of the most prestigious high schools in America, let alone Chicago, Simeon.
Mm-hmm.
What's it mean to have played for that school? I've never really talked to anybody that played at Simeon, but you just hear the name and you know all the big names that come out of there.
Yeah. Simeon, man, that's a powerhouse, obviously, but it's most importantly what I don't think what everyone knows about it is the culture there at Simeon is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the tradition they have, they do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? The coaches, they teach basketball the right way. They train guys and just do everything the right way. And that's what's big about Simeon. They hold guys accountable. They make guys better, and they win championships. They win games. And most importantly, they teach the young guys there how to play the right way to play, and that's what I like most about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome, man. Are you tight with Rose and Jabari Parker at all, or any of the NBA guys from there?
Yeah, I am. I'm real close with Jabari specifically, and D Rose I'm close with as well too.
Very cool. Good stuff. So, last question for you, Kendrick. I mean, what are some of your big goals going forward, whether it's individually or as a team, coming up in the next year or the next few years?
Yeah, definitely want to get back to that finals. That's a goal of mine and the team's. That's a hell of a feeling, and I would like to get to that finals when all the fans are in the arena, you know what I'm saying? Go through that playoff series with all the fans, and man, that's gonna be a different experience. So that's for sure. I'd like to get back to that, and personally, I just want to be the best player that I can be, and that may be an all-star, potential Hall of Famer. I just want to work as much as I can, you know, and invest everything I can into myself and be the best player I can be.
Kendrick Nunn, we appreciate you joining the Four Seasons show with us.
Say again?
We appreciate you joining the show today. I appreciate it.
Man, no problem, man. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Kendrick, fun call, man. Only big things from here. I mean, sky's the limit for sure. I mean, finishing number 2 and Rookie of the Year voting. Appreciate you coming on, and best of luck going forward. We're rooting for you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.